see us in Miami on January 31st, Dania Beach on February 1st. Me and Jeff will be in St. Pete Beach, the Tampa area, February 2nd and 3rd. We also have a show in Dallas, Texas, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and 15th. So come out to those. Josh and I also run a weekly show at the Creek in the Cave in Austin, Texas.
Go over to patreon.com/FFPod to get an extra episode each week and give us your money.
Bam, bam, bam.
Enjoy the episode.
See him at many of the improvs all around, and their podcast, Triple F.
Welcome back to the Triple F podcast.
Just talking about how we're
We suck at this.
gonna decorate our house. I feel like I have nothing to talk about.
I know. You know what I'll do? This is what I can do. We'll break the wall a little bit. Let's just go over bid ideas here because this could be kind of fun. Here's some thoughts and let me.
You know what happened to me the other day? Do you ever get Facebook memories?
Yeah.
Do you ever get them from like that high school period of your life?
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's the most embarrassing shit in the fucking world. It'll just be me being like, got my phone taken away at school today. Message me on here. Like I'm that important.
Yeah.
Like I'm like.
I got one this summer.
Mr. Epps took my phone because I was using it in English 101. Message me here.
Fuck Mr. Epps. Hashtag fuck Epps. I had one pop up when
I want to see if
I had one in September pop up that was. It was like
never forget
from last year. I'm still posting it. Yeah. I had one that popped up and it was like Des Moines Valley tomorrow. Come out to the football game. It was like no. Don't.
What about when you were getting all the ones from the from when you just started comedy?
Oh God,
it was just like
dude.
Pictures of you in like slides and long socks at an open mic.
Yeah, dude.
That was fucking funny.
Nuts, dude.
It's just like I just say some of the most embarrassing things in the world. This is just a picture of me at a show. I wish it would show me 4 years ago.
I'm looking at God, dude, some of these are crazy. Some of these premises from like when I first started, like this is like a notes section from 2019. Dude, like these are not even these are nuts, dude. Like I have a problem with drinking. Normally, people get concerned. They're like, hey, man, I've noticed you started drinking, but my friends are concerned when I'm not drinking. They go, hey, man, you're not drinking. Is everything okay? How bad of a fucking joke is that, baby?
So bad. That's so bad, dude.
Oh, it's so funny. Dude, this one is so bad. Okay, this is another one from 2019. One of these 2019 joke premises. It says, in asterisk, draw a penis on your hand. Does this make me a prop comic? I guess I'm a pretty good one. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to be a cocky prop comic. Put it on a fucking Netflix special, baby. Give me my money, baby.
I feel like I'm going to say something that's going to make me sound like a dick. I don't think I was ever that bad.
No, there's definitely
a cocky prop comic.
I didn't do it. These are just I used to just write every day.
I'm joking. I was also very bad. I'm trying to think of I don't know how many of my notes I have. I do. This is a recent thing. Does this make sense to you? I feel like everybody a lot of people want people to fuck their wives.
Already got me. Yeah, I'm already on board.
But like swingers are the conservatives, but like poly is like for liberals. It's not a joke. It's just a thought that I had.
I don't know
Does
what
that
that
make
means.
sense?
I don't even know what it means.
You don't know what I'm saying?
You're like using lingo that like I don't.
You know what polyamory is? We've talked about it.
I don't use it enough for it to instantly connect. That just means you're.
I'm curious what you think it means.
Poly. Then. Well, I'm thinking it. Poly definitely means like multiple in the sense that like polyamorous relationships are just like open relationships, right? Basically. See, this is where you're already losing
poly
me.
People would argue, but like for this conversation, yeah, more or less, yeah.
So then it's like, and then swingers are Republicans.
Yeah. You're kind of picking up on it a little bit.
So they're like,
Because
Republicans are like, listen, you can fuck my wife, but you're not going to date her.
Yeah, it's like
Is that
conservatives
the
are
whole-
like, I want you to fuck my wife. Don't be fucking gay about it. Like
you want you to fuck my wife, but you're not going to tuck her in at night.
That's kind of the idea.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
You do not get to kiss her on the forehead. You only get to come inside of her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here's a fun one. Saw a person who had a shirt that said "Stop Human Trafficking." Who's disagreeing with that take?
Yeah, I like that.
What are you gonna stop human? But you can't have a pro-human trafficking shirt.
And it's really just at that point you're just playing devil's advocate so that the people who are trying to stop it feel seen.
Yes.
It's really a service for you to be like, I'm pro human trafficking. I'm not really. It's just I want them to feel like they're doing something.
Yeah, I just
that they have an
I'm
enemy.
an encouraging aunt.
Oh, I remember dude. This is back in the day where I used to write out like word for word. This is from September 19th of 2019. So this would have been August. This would have been 1 month, Matt. I might have done 4 open mics.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend the other day. He was telling me about this massage parlor he goes to that gives great massages, and for an extra $25, they'll give you the much desired happy ending. It's funny that I typed out much
desired because that's what you thought was funny at the time. You went
the much desired.
Yeah. The much desired. Yeah.
I've personally never been to one, and it had me thinking. I've been pretty sexually frustrated in life, but never enough to where I would consider paying for a hand job. And if you're a guy in here who's like, oh, this guy up here, he thinks he's better than us because he hasn't gotten a happy ending, I am. I just feel like I've never had the need for it because you know who gives the best hand job around?
Me.
I do.
Yeah, classic.
Such a classic
Bait and switch.
male comic fucking thought. I've had years of practice, over a decade. I'm a seasoned hand job vet. I really know what I'm doing.
3 deployments.
This is funny. You might be wondering, weird choice of words. Why did he say he's good at giving hand jobs and not giving himself hand jobs? Is he giving other people hand jobs? Yes. For just $20 to $25, it's your world. I'll be out in the parking lot after this.
Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna do one more and I'm gonna get out of here.
I'll do one more and then I'm gonna get out of here. This is what I have written after that. Let's talk more about hand jobs while I'm on the topic. It's funny that as time goes on, hand jobs go from the peak of of sexual desire to completely unnecessary. Like if a girl ever even hinted at giving me an outside the pants hand job when I was in high school, I needed to change my underwear. Hand jobs are not the goal because at most it's just preparation to make sure that you arrive at your destination prepared to enter.
Yo. You really kind of webbed out the hand job every angle you could get on that.
I really Louis C.K.
You really went, how many, and then don't even get me started on fingernails. Because they're attached to a hand, which is a job.
Okay, so that, but in reality, it's a step that if you miss completely, it's not going to keep you from getting there. Honestly, at most, hand jobs would be an accessory to a blowjob.
Like it's a murder accomplice. It's an accessory to a blowjob.
Hey, you're guilty of
You're
this.
guilty
cum
as
well. Honestly, when you get down to it, I think the limbs are totally optional. You don't really. Oh, I missed this.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what?
Honestly, ladies, if we were going to sleep together and you didn't have hands, it would in no way affect me. This is so crazy.
Listen, as long as you have a hole, I don't need your limbs.
This is so
You could just be a fucking bob in the goddamn water.
There's so much.
Yo. There's 4 pages on this?
5 paragraphs.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so then
Keep going. Let's hear about your hand jobs.
to keep it real, you don't even really need arms. Dude, this is I don't know why this is making me laugh so much. So if there's any ladies who just rolled on in here, oh wait, honestly, if I get down to it, I think limbs are totally optional. So if there's any ladies who just rolled on in here and want some love, hey,
That's kind of funny. A rolling pin comes in. Like the
Just
like
a
a person
nug.
with a person who doesn't have limbs rolls everywhere is funny. Like modern
It's like not in a
technology.
wheelchair. Yeah, they just have to throw their weight
Technology
around.
hasn't advanced. It's just her
Oh,
roll.
fuck.
She just has to hope the wind puts her in the right direction.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. The only reason you'd really need arms is to hold me when I cry. Even then, I think we can probably work something out. I can probably nestle up in there under the chicken wing or something because they're missing an arms. And then the rest is about me being an uncle, which I don't understand how that has any relation to
Pull
the
out
job.
hand job. You probably don't get
I
a girl
think
pregnant.
I think this was just
a separate
one
thought.
set. I think this was just one set that I
Here's
put
one-
in there, but it's so many more.
Here's a fun one.
things.
My parents had like a 30-gallon jug that got stolen. Like they have like those. My dad collects jugs, and like he had a 30-gallon jug that's like it was like 200 pounds. It was a big fucking thing. Gets stolen off our front porch. They had it on display. So I went to Facebook to the Facebook like local Facebook marketplace or community or whatever that's in my hometown, and I was like, just so everybody knows, this is a photo of this jug. Like I don't even know why I put like it was. Whatever, it got stolen. If you see it around, please let me know. And I was like, I don't even know what. P.S. I don't even know why anybody would steal these things. So then somebody commented, and they're like, actually, these are very valuable. The bigger, the better. The more gallons, the more valuable. Then I was like, is there like a black market for these jugs?
Yeah.
Some guy and this is the joke. Some guy calls his boss, and he's like, hey man, I got a new shipment. And he's like, what are we talking? Like 10, 15 gals? And he's like, try 30. That's so fucking stupid.
That's so crazy.
Try 30 gallons. It's so funny dude, that's so good.
I have one that's this is like again, these are like first couple months.
Yeah, these are same here. They're fun
September. I wrote this 2 days after the hand job set. So one time I took Molly for the first time, and I went to a Chief Keef concert, this is true. I was the only white guy there. That wasn't true. And then somebody got murdered, which was crazy.
That true?
Yes, somebody got killed outside by the cops, but I can't say that or it ruins the punchline. But and it kind of is just a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is I can't. The whole thing is like it was a really crazy experience. I can't believe I got away with killing that guy. Just a classic misdirection, dude.
It's so funny to see.
Classic.
It's funny to see because now that you're older and doing into it, it's now that you've been doing it longer, you can see where it's going. Like right when you started it, I was like, it's like I know where it's going.
It's also funny reading through these notes how much seriously I used to take my sets. Like, look at this. I have like different like bold and dotted. I'm like because this was a set that I did. Oh, I know what this was. This is when, dude, this is crazy. This is when I did. Have I told you about the time I did like 20 minutes at an open mic at the Triangle Club at the AA Clubhouse? Like, and this was the set I wrote, which would have been September 21st. Yeah,
this is
crazy.
This is a real. This is a note that I have down from when I was. This was actually one of the first things that worked. And it was like my mom brought in my dad. My dad, when I were watching a football game, my mom brought my dad a drink. And then she like bent over and like put the drink on the table, and he walked out, and he turned to me and went, your mom's always had the nicest tits. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, cut it out.
Yeah, dude. This is also another. That's
so crazy.
These are the starts of. Yeah, I know. To say that to your son is also crazy, but then
literally
also the
nuts.
fact that I said that on stage is funny too.
Yeah.
That story. This is another fun. This is kind of when I start to develop a little bit of I think like of what I like to do on stage. A friend texted me, "Sorry, it's late at 7 a.m." And I was like, "Have you not slept?"
That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you mean early?
Yeah. Do you mean it's,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like it was all about that bit used to be about having friends that are cokeheads. And like how you can't hang out with them, like you can't make plans. He's like, "Hey, I have to bail. Sorry, I know it's late. I didn't mean to text you this late, but I have to bail for today." And it's like 7 a.m. Have you not slept?
That actually is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I have another like 2-paragraph one about going to a yoga class. I remember doing these too. I remember doing this. It starts kind of funny. It's like the first sentence by itself is kind of funny. I finally went to that yoga class I've been telling everybody I go to.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
It's funny.
Yeah,
like it's like
no, that's silly. No, I like that.
Because I think
You know, that's actually not a bad. That's actually not a bad start to a bit.
No, not at all. It's like a little chuckle.
You could do that and take that concept and put it.
I don't remember what the rest of this is about. I just remember. I remember. This was crazy, actually. Before I read it, I'm going to tell you what I remember. I remember going to a yoga class at LA Fitness, and it's just like always me and like a bunch of old ladies. And this girl was in there. I mean, it's me who can't do yoga and a bunch of old ladies who are like in their 60s, and then
who can't do yoga either.
Can't do yoga. But then there was a girl in there just killing it. But she was like doing her own thing, and the instructor like got angry at her. And was like furious with her and was like, if you're not going to keep along with the class and do your own thing, then you can leave. And the lady left. And then the next time I went in to do yoga there, that lady was teaching the class.
That's funny.
And I was like, that's crazy. But I don't remember. I mean, I know that's I'm better than so I finally went to the yoga class that I've been telling everybody I go to, so it's official. I'm better than all of you. That seems to be a real theme. Of me being like, fuck you guys, I'm better than you. I drink a kombucha after. I bought some Lululemon leggings to wear. It's a whole thing. I don't go to real yoga classes. I go to yoga classes at LA Fitness, which is fine, but it's just me in a room full of a bunch of women who could have given birth to me. It looks like my mom's book club. I have a great memory, which makes me feel good. I'm a young guy. I used to be an athlete, so I'm in there in a pose, checking myself out in the mirror, and I can see Sharon behind me. Her thighs look like a Publix bag full of curdled milk. Crazy. What a crazy thing to say. Just like mean.
Yeah, she's really disgusting mean. Her pit.
Wait. I save it here, which is fucked up for me to say because like 5 minutes after that, I just like fall over and fart all at the same time while she's in the strongest warrior pose I've ever seen, staring at me like I'm pathetic. This is like it seems like somebody like telling a story or like a blog more than like, I don't know how, I had to do this word for word. Yeah. Bunch of middle-aged white women just waiting to lash out at her, a server, a customer service employee. Okay. Someone fucked Sharon's coffee up on the way, and she wrote a Yelp review about it. This sucks. This is like not. It's so bad. It's, you know what it is. It's when you first start. I don't know how you. I mean,
you try to write anything and make it funny.
You just try to write anything, but also it's like I'm not like. I wasn't as keen on observing the world and being funny about like observations or ways that I feel or things that I've done. So all I really had at the beginning was stories of funny things that have happened, and then I would just tell them like that. So like even the first bit I ever consider myself having is a story about a girl I went on a date with who told me she doesn't read.
Yeah.
Which is like, it is funny actually. Like I think that's funny, but it was like still a story. Like everything was a story.
Yeah, because that's how I started too.
Yeah,
that's how I started, and then you start figuring out that you can do.
Yeah, you start figuring out that you can actually write.
This
jokes.
Actually might be like a jokey joke. I think this actually. No, it sucks. I saw an advertisement that was like it was for Burger King. It said our patties are made with 100% beef. And then it goes ... But what if it wasn't saying that? Our patties are made with like 70% beef. That's not funny at all.
That's crazy.
Ink Master, the show about tattoo artists doing every like that do all the tattoos, and then they just have like their tattoos get judged in front of the judges. While the person who just got the tattoos right there is kind of like, they're like, this looks like dog shit, by the way. Your lines are blown out. You ruined this person's skin, and the girl's just like,
well, dude, I actually watched that show recently, and it's, dude, Ink Master is crazy because all the people who got tattoos have to go in one room, and they'll vote on who has the worst tattoo.
Yeah.
And dude, there's an episode where, this girl got a portrait of her mom who's really old, and her mom is there with her, and people are just like talking about how bad it is, and they're like, she looks like a zombie.
Yeah,
and then
I've seen-
the mom is like there and crying, and like it turns into a fight. It's so crazy. It's so funny though.
It's such a bad idea to have that.
It's a great idea for reality television.
100%.
It's perfect. The zebra longwing butterfly is the Florida state butterfly, and it actually, this is true, it emits a noise when it's scared.
Does it go, help?
It's also, and this is also true.
That's so funny.
Butterflies be like, help!
Help me! Do that on stage, dude. Yeah, dude. Literally, that would work. That would work.
Help!
There's a butterfly, the state butterfly in Florida. It makes a noise. It's the only butterfly that makes a noise when it's in danger. It yells. It goes, help! That would do well.
The joke I wrote is it makes a noise when it's scared. It also, and this is also true, is on a ketogenic diet. So it only eats the protein out of plants. So pure protein, which is technically ketogenic. And I think the noise it makes is the butterfly just like trying really hard to tell us it's on keto.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually not bad.
It never really worked that well.
I bet if you just made it vegan instead of keto, I feel like the niche of keto is so
that's true.
But vegan might
that
actually
also makes
work.
the joke not true.
Who cares?
Well, yeah, I guess it's a joke about a butterfly.
Yeah. Here's a fun one from, again, this is 2000. Now we're in 2020, so we've been doing it for about 5 months at this point. Flying cars. Don't we already have those? What's a plane then?
What's a plane? That is so funny.
What's a plane then, huh? What's the deal with flying planes?
What's the deal with planes? Aren't they just flying cars?
What's the deal with cars that are in the air food?
Oh, that's great. I want kids, which is a weird thing to be able to say because people just assume that they know what I mean, but do they?
That's great. That's great. That's funny.
Dude, that's November 2019, Matt, right there.
Holy shit.
I'm like a weird off one-liner guy.
A drunk driver killed my cousin. He drove up and shot him in the chest.
He shot him in the chest with a 12-gauge double-barrel shotgun.
But he was drunk, so.
Oh, that's so good.
Hey, who invented this stretch for truck limo? Were they like, you know what we could do to make this worse? The stretch limo.
That's crazy.
Oh.
This one there's not a joke in it. It's just I'm constantly on a journey for like changing myself, and I was wondering how long you guys think it would take for me to get type 2 diabetes if I started right now. It's not really.
That could be funny though. That could be like a fun crowd. Like,
yeah,
you make fun of a fat person.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, Tubby in the front. How long did it take you? No, don't actually.
And then this is the end of the joke doesn't make sense. It says, I didn't say I was striving for like good change. And then it's like, no, I'm kidding. My life has been going too well lately, to be honest.
Guys, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to brag, but my life's been doing it.
Sorry, I'm not actually going to give myself type 2 diabetes. My life is really good right now. That's so crazy. I don't know where I was going with that. Whoa, this dude, I don't know where this. Okay. I'm different than I used to be, especially surrounding sex. I used to be so committed to using condoms. I always had one on me. I had a ring worn into my wallet from where the same condom sat for 3 years. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. I wrote.
Fellas, you know what
I wrote.
Where are the boys at? Make some noise.
Typed out period space. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. Period. I was so committed to using condoms that one time I didn't have one and I used saran wrap. Have I told you? I've told you guys
told me
about
that.
this,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy.
Wow.
You're not a father.
I know.
This
I
one's
mean, I didn't come into the saran wrap.
yeah. She wasn't gonna save it for later in the fridge.
Yeah. Dude, this is crazy. It's like a full fucking. Oh my god.
I had a bouncer throw me out of a bar that had a puka shell necklace on. Which there's no joke. That is funny.
That is pretty funny.
To be like, get the fuck out of here, loser.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a puka shell necklace in 2019. It's like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Damn, I want to. I couldn't find a condom. I said this'll do. My friends found out, called me Saran Wrap Ross for 3 years, which is cool. I don't know where this goes, dude, but here's what I do have. I have a joke about my name. This was the first time I did the joke. Full name's Matthew Stephen Ross, 3 first names. My parents don't love me, 3 super white first names. They want me to be able to build a strong resume. I've actually realized that if you mix up a combination of my names, it'll make another white lacrosse player in a fraternity name. If you were watching the news tonight, wow.
Yo.
Dude, guess when
First
this is
one.
from? November of 2019.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's fun.
Because that's like actually a decent joke.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to any.
Yeah. The term happy ending implies that I'm still capable of feeling happiness after
Now we're getting into Matt.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, wow.
This one just says there's no reason to have seen your asshole.
It's a good point. If you're a straight man,
there's no reason.
There's no reason other than pure curiosity for you to see your own asshole.
And then it goes, and this is when it's funny because what it is, all of these have a kind of a theme, right? Where there's like there's a funny moment in it, but then I try to go too long on it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a funny observation. And then I ruin it by going, for all I know, there could be an entire village living down there. They could be having campfires and surviving off of leftover toilet paper.
I like what you're trying to do here.
I know, but it's like crazy.
It's crazy to be like, there could be a whole village of people down there eating leftover toilet paper and peanuts and corn and other things that don't get broken down by my stomach.
Here's one that you can use, actually.
Okay.
Hey, I'm 6 years clean.
Okay.
It's not as hard as you think. I just shower every day. Write it down.
Damn, that sucks.
Why do I have that?
It's funny that
I still haven't gotten to any of my actual ones.
That's great. I had already had, I think, 2 bits written by this time.
What's the name of that one white guy who shot a bunch of people?
What?
What's the name of that one white guy that shot a bunch of people?
That's a funny thing.
No, the other one. No, the other one. You just do that for 5 minutes straight.
No, the other one. That is a very like alty room bit where you could go, no, the other one, and then you just keep doing
Here's
it.
one more, but then I'll let you get this one. Don't you just hate rhetorical questions?
That's a dad joke.
That's a kill myself joke. All right, let's
this
go.
one just says I have slydexia, and then I put in quotations under it dyslexia, as if I'm ever gonna be able to convey. Well, you know, what am I? How am I gonna put an easel out and write it down?
You're fucking.
What am I? Dimitri Martin.
Yeah, Dimitri Martin. You can for this next bit. I'm actually gonna bring out a chalkboard for the first time.
Yeah. This one is entitled "Babies." Watch
Here
out.
we go. We're
Babies,
up.
babies have just been taking long naps. wait. Like that's why they look like that. Like that's why their face is all fucked up. Is like they've just been taking. Like you ever taken a nap and you woke up and you have all those marks on your face from the pillow. That's what is going on with babies for like 9 months. I feel like it might be time for me to start trying to be a dad. I'm 26. It just feels like that time. I don't have a girlfriend or anything. I just feel like it's time for me to stop using condoms. Dude, I just feel like I've outgrown them. Not physically, but on emotional.
Just to be clear, they can still fit on my
But
penis.
on an emotional level, I don't feel like me and condoms have the same goals anymore. It's time to move on. I'm trying to be a dad. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm just decided I'm not going to pull out anymore. That's good. That's crazy. These are different thoughts. I'm trying to be a dad, and then the crowd would clap, and then you'd say thank you. I don't have a girlfriend or a fiance or anything. I just decided I'm not going to pull out anymore. That's kind of funny.
That's kind of funny. Yeah.
I would never do it now, but it's not funny.
Oh, this one's all right. I used to do this one. I haven't done this in forever. When I see like a when I see like a ex-girlfriend get into a relationship with a new guy, I'll Venmo her $100. And I'll be like, thanks for dinner last night. And it's like, what does she want? $100 or a healthy relationship?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
I like that. That's funny.
Well,
this one just says, fuck blue cheese. Blue cheese looks like somebody threw up ranch. Which is funny, but not a joke.
Incognito mode. You ever go I had incognito mode, muscle memory kicking in front of class. I fucking
wait. Did it actually?
This is actually true. When I pulled up a web browser in front of a college in my community college, I hit Control-Shift-T or Control-Shift-N, whatever it is for incognito, and then typed in P out of accident. Like just out of I got like 7/8 of the way there. Like I just had to finish the.
That's so funny. This might be. Is that your first?
This is the Christmas joke, which is ironic because it's just the one that I just started actually doing.
This one is really funny. I don't remember having this thought. I'm somewhat of a magician. I turn my parents' belongings into heroin. That was so good.
And for the next trick, I'm gonna make you send me to rehab. I'm gonna make you. I'm
somewhat of a magician. I turn my parents' belongings into rehab. That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, that might be the best joke I've ever written.
This one's good. I work out at a community. I go to the gym at my community college, and I always get annoyed that they never put the dumbbells back in the right order. But it's like, yeah, but it is a community college.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I found out recently how people get pink eye, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm pretty blown away. I've never had pink eye. That's pretty good. This is going to be the whole episode.
Yeah, because this is fun.
This is so much fun. This is Patreon for sure, but I hope you guys have a good time with it.
I was feeding the ducks in the park. I was feeding them bread, and some guy was like, that's bad for them. And I was like, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. My parents growing up, they used to tell us that like we used to give the yolk to our like scrambled they used to give yolk to our dogs, and they would say it's good for their coats. And that's a lie. Dogs don't even wear coats. Kill myself.
Dogs don't even wear coats. This one is on level with that one. I like to do this thing where I keep really embarrassing pictures of my exes for a long time after we've broken up, and it's like nothing crazy. It's just mostly just pictures of them choosing to spend their free time with me. Self-deprecating humor. Fuck my exes, dude. Fuck you guys.
This is my impression of God at an award speech. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to myself.
It's like, of course, that's where you're gonna go with that.
At what point does a tube become a straw?
That's just actually like a good question.
And at what point does that straw become a slide?
Wow. Whoa. Okay, but wait. You're bringing up good points here. So wait, at what point I think it's straw to tube and tube to slide, right?
It goes straw to tube, tube to slide.
At what point does a straw become a tube? And then at what point is that tube become a slide?
Yeah.
And in theory, you could use any of them, can be all of them.
At what point
right?
does it become a pipe, and what point does it become?
Well, I think it's all use, right? Because you could get a tube, and if it's big enough for a person to fit in it and slide down it, and you run water through it, it's a slide.
But if you also
it's a water slide.
Yeah,
you could also do it dry. It's a normal slide.
But if you
could use it as a tube, and then if you have a fucking like a big mouth, or if you just then it's a straw. But if you use it to run water from one place to another, it's a pipe. Wow, that's actually not even a good joke.
Welcome back. Turns out honestly, that wasn't even a good. Turns out that was the worst thing I've ever fucking heard, idiot.
This is a bit that I used to do. I'm 26. I had to get my own insurance. It made me realize that I'm like half of an adult. This isn't it. The next part is, but I have a full-time job, but the only way I remember what locker I use at the gym is if it's number 69.
That's silly.
I have a 401k, but I also have chlamydia, which is funny because when I wrote this, it was both of those things were true.
I have a 401k. People start clapping. I also have chlamydia. Dude, that's funny. That would be funny today.
But my new insurance is going to cover the antibiotics, so it's fine. And then this one is ladies get away with things that we can't, cuddling your friends. I have 0 friends who would be cool with platonically cuddling me. I saw a group of girls celebrating a birthday, and I've actually I've done this before. I don't know if you've seen me, but can you imagine if it was my birthday and all my boys got together and we're like, okay, we're going to reserve a booth. We're going to buy him a crown because every king needs his crown. And on top of that, we're going to get him a sash that says birthday boy. Like, it's just like basically like, could you imagine if men behaved like women? But the cuddle
Always
thing.
a funny premise.
Oh, this one. Yeah, always funny. It's basically the gender version of black comedy where they go, white people are like this.
Yeah. Women be shopping.
Yeah, women be shopping. This one I've done before. I was with a group of friends and we were all answering the question of would you switch genders for a day? And like if you're a guy, of course the answer is yes, right? Like I'd lock myself in a room. I'd just I used to go. I'd scratch records all day. I'd like down by my pussy. And then my friend got asked. And she said, she said, yeah, of course I'd switch genders for a day. It'd be really nice to like leave work at night and feel safe walking to my car. I was like, damn, you're a fucking bummer. You know that? Like, that's the whole joke.
Women sometimes get
This
attacked.
is why we don't hang out with you.
The punches just sometimes women get.
It's so fucking lame for her to want to be safe. And then at the end, Nick Masick gave me this tag. He's like, and I'm not going to stop following you to your car.
No, that's funny. That actually is. Nick Masick, surprisingly great at tags once
He's
in a while.
good at tags every once in a while.
This one, the song at the end of Toy Story is You Got a Friend in Me, which is cute because it's about a kid's movie. It's a kid's movie about toys. It would be less cute if it was about a cannibal.
Yeah.
Because he ate the but it would be pretty sexy if it was at a swingers party.
Okay. I hate it.
Because sex with the other person's
your
wife.
friend is in me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Republicans are swingers.
There's kind of like the polyamorous Democrat.
Yeah. What dreams are cool? It's like, hey, surprise, your favorite thing while you're doing your second favorite thing. I think that's funny.
I think that's funny too. I had a wet nightmare the other day. It was like a wet dream, but about my father.
Did you already have that written down?
Yeah, that one's in there earlier. My roommate, this was true too. I did this on stage in front of him, and we actually got into an argument about it. My roommate in college woke me up because he was like, yes! He was screaming out in the front. He was in the living room like, yes! And it was like 6 a.m. I woke up. I was like, what? And he's like, my sister just gave birth. And I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be something important.
And he got upset with you about that?
He got upset about the joke. Because he was screaming like he won the lottery. Anyways, there's a reason it didn't work well.
No, but yeah.
My mechanic recommended I rotate my tires, so I drove home. Fucking idiot! You lost business, you dumb fuck.
It's just so funny because of like how different our styles are.
Yeah.
Like you have so many of those, and then I have like 4-paragraph essays about me going to yoga. It's just like so different. This one, do you remember when I did that joke about Jesus' second coming? I did it at the Coop one time. It's an old joke.
What was his first coming?
It's
is that what it gets at?
No. It's a whole thing about like his second, like, okay, so the general idea is like, what if Jesus' second coming is like, like he doesn't really want to, like kind of like his dad's just making him go back.
That's funny.
And he's like, I don't really, so he tries to,
like a new kid in school.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to go back. I was there so long, like nobody even remembers me, like, and then
or do you think he's like a high school football player, like
that's good.
He's like, yeah.
It's like, do you think Jesus is like scared to come back, or do you think it's like a high school? It's like a
guy,
high school guy in his Letterman jacket being like, I used to run these parts.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. Yeah. He's like, yeah. I used to turn water to wine over there. Yeah.
That's so funny. But like, so this whole premise is like, what if he doesn't want to? Like, what if he wasn't the cool kid? And so he tries to like, but like his dad is like, you gotta go. So like, he just tries to do it. Like he tries to like do it with like a you know when you get those phone calls that are like scam, like it's your phone goes scam likely.
Yeah.
Like that's how Jesus is like, I'm gonna trick it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go back, but it's gonna be like a phone call, and then he fucks up and like calls my granddad or something, and it's just like Jesus being like, hey, it's Jesus, and I'm coming back, and then my granddad just gets racist.
Like
my granddad.
I don't know if I'm not following this.
His second coming.
Sorry.
So
can we redo it? Because I got
yeah. Before we did the Jesus being
Yeah,
like, cool
sorry.
guy,
Yeah.
the whole premise is like, when I wrote this, it was like the world's in disarray. This was in 2020, right? So Trump's president. I care about it.
Best time of the
I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, the world is in shit. Oh wow, hey Jack, nice of you to join us at 4:55 p.m. Yeah.
Hey,
Jesus.
are you gonna go
Christ.
carry the boats?
Yeah, who's gonna carry the boats? You look like shit, dog.
It's 5 p.m. You look crazy.
You look
Jack
like you
O'Sullivan
look like
just
you
woke
were.
up everybody.
You look like you just floated to the top of a
What
river.
time did you get back home? 8 a.m. Oh fuck.
What were
dude.
you doing? Playing cards. You were playing cards until 8 a.m. That's so crazy. How much did you bring money home for the house?
I lost $300 last night.
Damn. I was gonna give you $300 last night too.
I know. I'm glad I didn't stake you, bro.
Let's
he
do
lost
it.
Jack O'Sullivan lost $300 last night.
Night before up 1,200. Bless up. God bless.
Okay, that's how it goes. If your bad nights are down 3 and your good nights are up 1,200, you're making money. But
Welcome back to the math podcast.
fractions, and more fractions podcast.
Tune in next week when we take on Division.
Whoa.
If Jack is on a train going 65 miles per hour heading north.
How many times does he say faggot during that? So the whole premise, the whole premise of this joke is that because the world is in disarray, Jesus doesn't want to come back, but his dad, God, is making him come. It's making him be like, you got to let them know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then Jesus tries to be like sneaky about it, and he comes back as like a phone call, like a scam likely phone call. You know what I mean? Like he
I
tries
don't
to
get
come
it.
back,
and I'm trying to get it.
I
just don't get the idea.
I don't get how he's
like.
He
has to come back,
and he's trying to come back in a way where we just don't notice it, so that he can go,
I went back.
I did it.
So he couldn't just like come home on a day for like a day.
Right. So basically, it's like, I think you're thinking of it too literally. Like God has to come, like Jesus has to come walk on it.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is his second coming?
Oh, so it's like,
be?
what if it's just him? Like, yeah. It's good. Okay. Instead of I get it. I'm tracking.
Instead of parting the skies and coming down.
Yeah. What if he just like?
He's just kind of like, oh God, I hope they don't fucking answer.
Yeah, it's like,
like
when you return a phone call from your friend who called you,
and you really hope they don't answer.
Yeah.
It's like that. So he comes back. It's a phone call.
Yeah, I've been hearing from you a lot lately.
It's a phone call, but he calls my granddad, who's dead now. This joke really is not all together. I did it at the Coop one time. It worked really well, but then I stopped doing it forever because I wrote it in February of 2020. But and then he calls my granddad, and he's like, "Fuck." He's like, "All right, hey, it's Jesus, and I just want to let you know that I'm coming." And then my granddad's like, "You ain't fucking fooling me, Jesus," or something like that. Like, I knew we should have built that wall. Like, you don't come back here, or something like that. And then he hangs up, and then now we all like have to burn in hell because my grandpa is like kind of racist. That's the whole joke. You know what's really funny? What's really, really funny about this is that I did this joke. I did this joke at the Coop, and I remember telling you that it was an old joke, and I remember you going, "It was good. You should keep doing it."
I don't remember this joke at all.
I remember it very specifically, and I've never done it since then. But
you should do it again with a different view now, different angle.
Yeah, I like the
Jesus coming back as like a washed up
Jesus
quarterback
coming back,
like the washed up friend from high school.
Does he come back as a high school hero? Question mark. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put.
This one's fun. This is kind of a sketch idea more than it is anything. You can't like be a gangster ordering food. Be like, yeah, let me get a number. Nah. It's not funny at all. Just being like, Yeah, hi, can I get a number 9?
It's not. I don't. Yeah, that's crazy.
My girlfriend entered a tournament. She entered a marathon, and I asked her how it went, and she was like, "Well, it was just nice to finish last for once." That doesn't make sense, actually.
Yeah.
It should be finish first
for once. Yeah.
I'm quitting comedy.
Yeah.
Here's one. End road work. Food stamps taste like regular stamps. Where are we at with this one, dude?
Still pull it out every once in a while.
I still pull it out. How long do you think it would take Alexander Graham Bell to look up porn on his invention now? Like, if you think about
Doesn't Alexander Graham Bell, didn't he create
the telephone?
phone?
Yeah. So, like, if you were like, here's the new version of it. Like, this is just a premise now that I've thought about this isn't even like comedy now at this point. This is just a different thing. But, like, if you took a guy from, like, the 1700s and you're like, here is the ability, you can look up anything you want.
How long do you think it would take him to look up porn?
How long? If you put him in a room alone, I think it goes like, who's president? What happened to my president? Naked bitches. Naked women.
Naked wenches.
Yeah,
wench disrobed.
Yeah. Wench disrobed, question mark. Yeah, stepdad. Wench disrobed by stepfather.
Yes. No, that's funny. I think that's great. And it's actually a good point. This is funny because I remember doing this. Have you ever been to the Titanic? Titanic had an exhibit at museums for a long time. And you would go and they would give you a name at the beginning. And then at the end, they would have the list of all the people who were on the boat, whether they lived or died. And you basically got to see like whether or not your person they gave you survived, which is crazy. But it would be, yeah. I'm not kidding. This was a real thing. And then I thought,
good.
Then I thought like, oh, well, like what if they did that at the Holocaust Museum? And you keep going. You're like, man, my person never survives. You're just like, damn, dude, I never pick a winner.
You go into the tragedy you go to the tragedy museums?
Yeah.
Next up, 9/11. Why do they call it Alcoholics Anonymous? You introduce yourself right away.
Yeah, I hated that. I'm straight, which means my lips are just chapped all the time. I don't know what that means.
No, that's funny because you don't use chapstick because you're not gay.
Yeah.
This is a real thing that we used to do. We used to choke each other out on the football bus, and like we would go until people would pass out. Like they would.
Yeah.
And then it's like no wonder we were like 1 and 8. Like, dude, we were fucking dumb as hell.
No wonder. This is like the beginning of my sober stuff. I've been sober for 3.5 years. Wow, that's crazy. Cool thing about being sober.
Wait, how long was it?
This was 3.5 years is what I wrote.
Damn.
This was March of 2020.
Wow.
The cool thing about being sober is if you lose enough weight, people will assume you're back on drugs. But an intervention is a pretty awesome way to find out your diet is working. That's fine.
That's funny.
Telling people you're on a diet is also a great way to hide that you're back on drugs. Just work that backwards, huh?
Reverse engineering.
Being on drugs, this sentence by itself is actually really funny. Being on drugs has brought me closer to understanding my grandpa. And basically, it's like my brother's 20, and he's been drinking since impunity since he was like 17 because I set the bar so low for behavior around drugs and alcohol. He doesn't know like the war I fought in the random fields of Oklahoma, doing high knees through the grass, cutting down grass myself, true things that we actually would do, just to drink a 6-pack of Keystone that I had to have a homeless guy buy for me at the gas station at 100% interest rate, just so that he can take tequila shots with my parents at Christmas. This has to be what my grandpa felt like when he fought for my freedom in Vietnam.
So detailed for the punchline to be like, my grandpa was also in Vietnam, by the way.
So crazy, dude. So crazy.
This one's good. A Tinder girl messaged me to say she didn't mean to match with me. She like went out of her way to ruin my day.
Wait, what is it?
A girl on Tinder messaged me to be like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to match with you. She went out of her way to ruin my day.
That's so fucked, dude.
She was like, "You're probably having a good day, aren't you? Let me go ahead and put a stop to that
Yeah.
right now."
That's so funny. This is good. This is me just being like, my driving is so bad. Like, well, takes a lot of context. I used to drive a van when I worked in rehab, and this says my driving is so bad that my patients who used to shoot heroin in their neck complained.
That's kind of funny though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That kind of goes along with that whole, like, you ever do that? You ever meet somebody who always tries to one up your comp? Like, I'm cold. You're like, really? I'm -4. Yeah. This one's funny. My grandpa used to work in the oil fields.
That's good, dude. That's really good. That's one of those jokes where I don't know what medium that would be good on, but that's gotta be something.
Yeah.
This one isn't even a joke. It's just a question. Did you ever feel like you identified with like the Bloods or the Crips more? I feel like I've talked about this maybe.
No, I'm definitely a Crip now that we're saying it.
See, I'm a Blood. I've always been a Blood. I think for some reason white boys even more so, oddly identify with a gang
for no reason.
For zero reason. I just always thought like I would be a Blood.
Yeah, you watch like Gangland on History Channel.
That was a good show,
Gangland
dude.
was sick, dude. They take like a silhouetted person. Also, I don't understand how Gangland would work because they would just be like, here's Jay Money. He was a member of the MS-13 for 15 years, and they'd have him in this room, and then they'd have him a silhouette, and it'd be like, yeah, I killed 17 people in 2014, and it's like, arrest him. You have the footage of him without being a silhouette.
Yeah.
What are we doing? He just confessed. Muscular dystrophy, more like muscular dicks for knees. Clip it out.
What a terrible joke. That's so bad.
I'm 18 in 2 days. I'm 18 and 2 days. Wait, this is a pedophile getting nervous. I'm 18 in 2 days. You mean in 2 days, right? Because he's a pedophile. So he wants them to be 17.
Yes. When I was young, we had a dog who died, and we had to cremate the dog, and the dog's name was Dusty.
That's kind of funny.
Sure is Dusty now, huh?
That's kind of funny. You can't be bad at sex if you don't have sex. More of a philosophy.
Yeah, more of a deep thought. This is gross. I've mentioned this to you before. You ever think about all the farts you lay on when you lay on a couch?
Just you sit down and just like that green.
It's just a fart cemetery basically.
Why don't people in horror films run the other way when the scary music starts?
Okay.
Right. Toilet plungers? Do you mean toilet swords?
Wow. Toilet swords.
I googled valedictorian, which proves I wasn't one.
Yeah.
I had to Google how to spell it. I said that wrong.
I'm not. This will tell you what the time frame was. Not trying to be dramatic, but I think Joe Exotic deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for bringing us together at a time like this. God damn, dude. What a time to be alive. This is my hands on my hips joke. That's cool. Now that I can't do drugs, the way I get my rush is that I'll leave candles burning when I leave the house. Will it smell great, or will my life be burnt to the ground again? Damn, I suck.
This one's kind of good. Somebody has to deliver the pizza to the porn site, or to the porn that's fake delivering the pizza.
That's a good point. Do you think
it's not delivery, it's to pornos?
Do you think that the guy who delivered the pizza to the porn site ever noticed what he was walking up on and thought, I didn't come prepared?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew I should have cut a hole in this thing.
Yeah. Fuck.
Things I've learned in quarantine: smoothies are called smoothies because it's fruits and other food blended until it's smooth. I'll get back to you guys on shakes.
Go ahead and RSVP me for that shake P. Go ahead and CC me on the shake thing.
Goldfish is not measured. Goldfish consumption is not measured by a physical amount, but instead the time you spend eating them. Example, I ate 2 hours of goldfish today. That's not funny in any way that I could use, but it is funny because it's like nobody's going to go, I ate 47 goldfish. You're going to go, I sat for 30 minutes and ate goldfish out of that massive cardboard box with the milk opening that they have. Yeah. This is funny. Some of these things are things that I think I could do, like
that you could come back to.
Like not well. Some of them are that, and then some of them I just think I could like film myself saying them.
This one's kind of all right. This is now we're in full COVID. In my hometown, they put to try to keep people away from parks. They were in playgrounds. They put fucking police tape on them. And it's like, that just looks like a child was murdered.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's not that I don't want to play there now because the government's permitting it. Or like not permitting it. It's because it looks like there was a kid who got shot here.
This is funny. I love when you, like, newer comic idea, you type in what your response to the predicted crowd response would be.
Yeah.
I get irritable now. I get a little bit more irritable now because I don't have like the normal things that you guys have to take like the edge off. This is like when I would be talking about being sober. It's like I don't have the normal stuff that you guys have to take the edge off. Like heroin. And then I typed, what? Not a heroin crowd? Hilarious.
Oh, you guys aren't a big... Oh, you guys don't do magic and make your parents...
Dude, that one's fucking funny.
I think
yeah.
I was doing magic for a little while when I was doing heroin. I was taking my parents' possessions and making them into heroin.
Yeah.
Turning them into heroin.
I would have to say when I was on drugs. When I was on drugs, I did magic, which was kind of, because I would take my parents' belongings and turn them into heroin.
This actually happened too. Some guy, Ariel was there. This is when I started dating Ariel. Some guy was. We were waiting to get food at a fast food place, and the guy comes in front of us and he goes, "Hey, is it cool if I cut? I'm just gonna ask the guy a quick question." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he went in front of me, and then he going up and he went, "Yeah, can I get a?" So he technically didn't lie. Can I get a number 3? This has been fun, dude. How long have we been going at it?
We're good.
Are we good? This has been a fun one. Dude, I think this is the main page.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole time?
100%. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm up for whatever. I think it's been fun.
My dad told me I had no sense of direction. I said, west is that way. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for enduring. Next week, we'll get into the late 2020s on these episodes. This is what we should do. We should have comics come on and fucking read their first jokes. That would be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good idea. Did you see Anthony has a new series on Instagram where he has people tell their jokes that bomb.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Because there's so many jokes that...
You're like, I have so much material for that segment.
I was like, yeah, things that I think are so funny that I would do the Kobe, putting up Kobe numbers.
I was telling a group of comics about that the other night. I forgot where I was, and they all were like, that's hilarious. And I was like, yeah, we all think so.
Yeah, the audiences do not.
The audience usually doesn't like when he starts going bang, 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 bang.
Putting up Kobe numbers, baby. Whoop.
Yeah.
And one.